Hey Narwhals, I'm Luke Narwhal and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. If you enjoyed the video, please tap the subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and destroy the like button. It really helps. To submit your weight loss story for a reward and to enter our Halloween merch giveaway, visit lukenarwhal.com. Link is in the description below. Weight loss is mental. Hello, I'm a 20-year-old female, 165 centimeters in height, and at my highest, I weighed 95 kilos. A little backstory, I'm Namibian, a country in southern Africa, and I grew up in an environment that was predominantly white. I'm not. From a young age, I was very aware of how different I physically was from hair to weight. I come from a very happy home, and eating meals as a family was compulsory. The only meal I had control over was breakfast during the week, because I had nausea whenever I ate early, so I didn't eat before school and would either pack a snack or grab something at school. My mom loved preparing food for us and often served adult portions. You had to finish everything on your plate because not finishing that food was 1. Disrespectful and unappreciative of my dad who works to make sure we have food, and 2. Wasteful because not far from us there are those in need. As you can imagine, with this mindset, I ate whatever was put in front of me and ballooned. And this pleased my family because culturally, the bigger you are, the wealthier and more prestigious you are perceived as. However, because I was surrounded by a different culture outside of my home, I was ridiculed for my size, which as you can imagine, messed me up. I starved myself unsuccessfully, tried workout challenges, got a personal trainer, supplements, etc., and nothing worked. Fast forward some years, I moved overseas for university and had begun working out and eating healthy, but then the pandemic hit. Gyms closed, I lost my job, was stuck in a foreign country, and food became my comfort. I was ordering takeout 3 times a day, eating large quantities and snacking in between anything to keep me from thinking. Restrictions eased a tad and I decided to go for a walk. My biggest pair of size 40 jeans that is supposed to fit extremely loosely, like oversized mom jeans, looked like a pair of skinny jeans. I was horrified. On the walk, my knees hurt, I was out of breath and sweating profusely, despite it being 15 degrees outside. I had never felt that way, so I got home and used the last bit of money I had to buy a diet and workout plan. And I'm ashamed to say this, but I did not stick to it. The workouts were too hard and I craved chocolate, so I gave up. One day, as I was watching something on YouTube, I realized my chest felt really heavy and I was breathing really loudly, borderline wheezing, but I was sitting. This channel showed up in my recommendations one day and wow, I felt understood and it was so motivating, so I watched all the videos, took notes, and told myself one day I would be a success story. Today, I'm proud to let you know that I weigh 79 kilos, down from 95. I'm still working to shed more kilos to reach my goal weight of 65, but here are some things I've learned from my journey. 1. This is more of a mental challenge than a physical one. You need to change your mindset and control your thoughts because they will translate into actions. And 2. Study yourself and know your limits. I learned that if I eat before noon, I will be hungry and thus graze the whole day. When I crave something, I allow myself a small quantity because I discovered that if I deny myself too long, it stays in my mind, resulting in binging. 3. Use the scale, but do not rely on it. And there was a time when I weighed myself daily and would be so upset when the number went up even the smallest bit at some point that I used laxatives to ensure that that does not happen. I realized this was developing into something serious, so I stopped, but it can consume you if you're not careful. 4. Food is food. There is no bad/good food. Eat moderately from all food groups, and when you notice that certain foods don't make you feel so great, then you can minimize or eliminate them. Do not do so because some YouTuber said so. 5. Water. This is nothing new, but trust me, it helps with hunger and flushing out toxins. So many advantages, and the only con is having to use the bathroom more. 6. Calories in, calories out. 7. Appreciate the body you have now, because if all goes according to your plan, you will not be the same again. You don't have to love it, but you don't have to hate it and scorn it. 8. Beware of obsessive behaviors like my scale usage mentioned above. Do not be in denial and get some help sooner rather than later. 9. Rome was not built in a day, neither was the Great Wall of China. And this is a personal journey. 1. Personal, so it will vary from person to person. There is no cookie cutter method. You will have ups and downs, so embrace it. And 2. It's a journey. You will not wake up with your dream body. It takes time, so be patient with yourself and your body. And 10. Remember your why. My why is because I want to feel happy and comfortable in my body. Others will say, you look great. I don't see why you are doing this. Remember your why and control your environment to the best of your ability. This includes your online environment as well as your physical. I really hope this can help someone out on their journey. Sorry if some parts seem jumpy, it was hard not to write my full life story and choose what to say and what not to say. Even if you found one sentence meaningful, I would have been of help and the thought makes me happy. A big thank you to Luke for creating this space. Often it is a needed escape from the outside world. Take care and best wishes everyone. It's still calories in, calories out. Hey, hello, I've been a long-time listener of the Narwhal channel since about 2k subscribers. I'm a skinny person, but I like to think I am observant, and watching a now ex of mine try and fail to lose weight, I thought I'd give some advice. 1. Keto and intermittent fasting are still calories in, calories out. The way these diets work are by limiting the time or amount you eat for weight loss. Keto cuts down on carbs, which tend to have a lot of calories, and intermittent fasting cuts the window in which you can eat, limiting your calories. And neither of these diets will work if you're still eating tons and tons of food. Using my ex as an example, he did both, keto and intermittent fasting, but he would eat an entire rack of saucy ribs, deli meat and cheeses, chicken wings, pork chops, and bacon, all in huge quantities when he was eating in his eating window. The calories easily added up to around 3,000. As you can imagine, he didn't lose weight and he didn't know why. Even if you're doing these diets, make sure to log your calories and check your portion sizes or it won't work. And don't fill up that empty spot where the carbs would be with more meat, especially if it's fatty meat. And keto works because of that deficit from cutting out your carbs and using healthy fats to satiate you in between meals. Intermittent fasting just cuts your calories by cutting out a meal. And 2. Soul food should be eaten to nourish the soul. As a skinny person, people are always amazed by how I don't put on weight, but can still eat things like ice cream, cakes, chocolate, and other things. And many people I've met assume that because they have seen me eat them that I must eat them all the time. But it's all portion control and self-control. I have a piece of cake when I'm with a friend at a cafe, but not when I'm at home. I like to save my sweet treats for social occasions. Soul food is the best when you are nourishing your soul with conversation and a good time. If you're the type who uses food to cope with stress, try drinking a cup of tea and having a moment to yourself. And taking yourself out of the cycle of stress eating can only help you in the long run. And 3, yes you can. And just because you're fat now or were a chubby kid doesn't mean you're condemned to be fat forever. My ex constantly told me he would always be fat because it was just how he was. He would always have a stomach and only liposuction would get rid of it. And I believe that mindset is what kept him fat. And don't condemn yourself to a life that you're unhappy with. Lose weight for yourself, and don't think that you can't be that healthy god/goddess that you are. Find joy in movement, and find an activity that you can stick to. The weight will come off when you stop saying, "It's my fate to be fat." I believe in you, so believe in yourself. Adding to this, find a support group to help you with your weight loss. Encourage each other, and don't let you or anyone else say that you can't. If you have a toxic family who thinks that being fat is a genetic thing, don't listen. Where your fat distributes is genetic, but being over 200 pounds is not. Finally, I'd like to share a healthy recipe of mine that's super easy and cheap. All you need is canned beans and chili sauce, canned corn, canned tomato sauce/tomato paste, canned vegetable of your choice. Throw it in a crock pot for the day, 4 to 12 hours, and when you're ready to eat, open it up, stir, and season to taste. A healthy chili. I find this serves about 4 people. It was time. Let me start off by saying that I've been overweight for basically my entire life. I was always the bigger kid, taller and fatter in all my classes. I didn't really start to notice that something was abnormal about my size until the other girls started making fun of me in the 5th grade. I then started to be very self-conscious about my size and would only wear clothes that kept me completely covered, even in the hot Carolina summers. This went all the way through my school years until my senior year of high school. During the summer before my senior year, I started partying a lot and barely made time to eat. I started noticing my weight decreasing pretty much instantly. I would purposefully not eat just so that I could see how much weight I could lose each day. Eventually, each day became a competition with the one prior, and my food intake was basically nothing. I would binge late at night during fast food runs and eventually get sick later in the evening from drinking so much. I ended up losing about 50 pounds within a 3-month period. Obviously, this was in no way a healthy way to lose weight, and there were definitely repercussions. I lost my menstrual cycle for about 9 months, no, I was not pregnant, and ended up developing a reproductive condition called PCOS, which also caused me to have very severe anxiety and panic attacks. Fast forward about 3 years, and I had gained all the weight back and then some, totaling just over 100 pounds gained from my lowest of 139. I maintained around the 240 range for about 4 years until I finally hit rock bottom. room. Once I realized I wasn't able to sleep on my stomach without waking up gasping for air every few minutes, I knew it was time to make a change. And mentally, I knew that things were getting out of control, and all I could think about when I would go somewhere was, if I get hungry, will I be able to access enough food to make me full? What a miserable mindset, right? I finally started prioritizing my health and wanted to lose weight the correct way and the healthy way so that I could teach myself fundamental habits to ensure that I would maintain this new lifestyle. It's been about 2 years since I made that decision, and I'm currently 54 pounds down. Slow and steady wins the race. I've learned to listen to my body to know what it needs, what it rejects, and what triggers me mentally and emotionally. For me, I've discovered that it's much more important to focus on my actual health rather than just how I look in the mirror. Forming better habits and being a stronger, healthier person mentally, emotionally, and physically have been the primary focus of my journey. I'm very excited to continue crushing my goals. And that brings us to the end of the video, narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more weight loss stories just like this. And once again, I'll be giving away 3 pieces of narwhal merch this Halloween. The winners get to choose any piece of merch from our shop, a shirt, sweater, or hoodie. To enter the giveaway, just visit lukenarwhal.com/giveaway. The link is also in the top comment and description below. This has been your host, Luke Narwhal, and until next time, have a good one, narwhals.